What's up, guys? Hope you're having a great day. It's another day, another video. Welcome to Dance Specific Talk. I am currently without my co-host T-zer. Sad day. However, I'm super excited to be here because I am visiting a good friend together in Barcelona, and her name, before I give you guys her name, this woman is somebody who has been in my life since 2019, 18, 19, blah, blah. Since then, she's been launching, before that, she had multiple educations, masters in?
Advertising and marketing and dietitian, integrative nutrition.
2. She's also an author of a book about longevity, biohacker, female hormonal expert, coach. So she coached dozens of some of the world's best dancer females when it comes to just nutrition, digestion. All-around good person, CrossFit person, yoga, whatever the case may be. Lived in Bali, open clinic in Bali, doing her thing here in Barcelona. A good friend of mine was also teaching in Be Fit Essential 2019. We've traveled to multiple countries together. We've been in Amsterdam, we've been in Finland, we've been in Barcelona. Definitely gonna go to Cape Verde very soon. Guys, let me welcome Maria Punti, one of my all-time favorite humans. Woo, woo, woo. How you doing?
Thank you so much. It's the best presentation I've got ever.
Nada.
Wow.
I felt it. I freestyle.
I have nothing else to say.
How are you doing?
So good. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to have you here.
Yeah, we're in your new living room.
Yes.
Yeah, how are you
so
feeling?
Happy. So
How's
good.
it feel to move back to Barcelona after 4 years in Bali?
Yeah, after 4 years in Bali, it's been such a nice experience. I'm so happy of all these years. But for me, I just wanted to settle down in one place, because like being a nomad, it's nice, but I think everything has a time, and it's been so nice 4 years traveling. Like last year I was in 9 countries, so I just had a bit enough, and I need time for it to have the same routine.
I took 2 years off nomading, or a year off nomading. I only stayed in Cape for 1 year, and then now I'm back on nomading. Like I'm heavy on nomading right now.
And it's like, it's not a decision you need to take forever, you know. People is like, oh, but you will not miss moving. I'm like, I'm gonna stay here some years, and if I see that I want to move, I will move and come back to what I was. You know what I mean? Like life changes.
Yeah. Tell us about your background, your education. Like you studied marketing, but you're also a dietitian.
Yeah. So I started advertisement, PR, and marketing in the university when I was 18, because I had no idea what to do, and before I was doing artistic stuff. So,
because you were doing painting. You were painting, right?
I was doing bachillerato artístico, which is like the preparation for the university. You need to choose like science, language, whatever, and I chose artistic, and I chose this degree because it's a mix of creativity and business. Okay, it matched, and it was in English, so was Spanish. You know,
perfect.
We had such a bad English accent, so I think it's not that bad. I hope.
No, it's way better now.
And after that, in between, I competed in bodybuilding.
Yes.
Bikini fitness. So,
that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, bodybuilding and boxing. So I started to, get inside nutrition. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
And my final project of the uni was to create a company, and I created the company. It's right now, going on for 8 years.
Yeah.
And I studied the last year of the uni all the masters in dietitian. Like I did the technique in dietetica, which is
technical training, no?
No, it's like the course they force you to do to be able to
be licensed dietitian.
To be licensed as a dietitian. Yeah. So I've been doing like a lot of courses since then, like orthomolecular nutrition, gut experts, many courses, master in human microbiome, master in integrative nutrition. So I just finished the uni and started my own project and took all the courses.
And started flying. Yeah. That's beautiful. How was the bodybuilding experience? Tell us about that briefly. Because I've seen the photos. Yeah, crazy. But because you went because that wasn't your training style. What was the backstory? Like, because wasn't it somebody that challenged you to do it or something, some crazy stuff like that? What was the story?
No. So the story starts when I stopped with my ex when I was 17, and he was doing boxing, and I was like, well, now I'm gonna do it. So I started boxing, and after 3 months I was competing. And I was smoking. I smoked from 14 till 18, more or less.
Cigarettes, half a package a day.
Yeah. So, and then my trainer told me that I smell like a cenicero, you know, where you put the cigarettes. And I was so shocked. And I stopped for like a week. And I came back to training after a week. And I stopped for a week. And after I came back to smoke and train again, I was almost vomiting. So I felt all, you know, how much shit I got the tobacco. So I decided to quit there, and he started to, hey, why you don't eat healthier, you know, a little bit better, blah, blah, blah. And after that, I got a big surgery in my ankle because I got... that
was the first time you got a surgery?
The first surgery in 2015. And one of the three surgeries I got. And they opened my ankle. It was really bad because I have like a necrosis in my ankle bone. And I lost almost all cartilage in the coverage. Like you have the bone of the ankle, and you have all here the cartilage that matches with your leg, you know. So it's all broken. So it's very painful. And after that, I say I'm gonna recover, you know. And after a year, like in September, I got the surgery. I was 4 months in bed, 4 to 6 months. I started to train to recover because my doctor.
4 to 6 months in bed.
3 to 6 months in bed.
Wow.
3 times I got in bed.
Wow.
Yeah, in 2020 and 2021.
Yeah.
Again. So 6 months in bed, and I said, "Fuck no!" I got it. I met a doctor. He did a surgery to Lionel Messi. He's the expert, and he told me you need to start training strength because I lost like 6 centimeters of my left side.
Because you're atrophying like crazy because you're not stimulating it. Nothing. Wow.
After that, in the second surgery, I was so much aware, and after 2 weeks, I was training, and I lost almost nothing. Yeah. And I got a fast recovery. So definitely with training. Yeah. I mean, if you cannot put your ankle on the floor because you're injured, I don't know, you can do, for example, buenos dias, you know? So you do it on good mornings, you do it on your knees, or you go to the machine.
Always finding solutions, right?
You know?
It's one of the main things we keep talking about and I've also done 2 knee surgeries, and every time during those times I put on muscles. I always put on muscles after surgery. And it's just because if you can't move. It's like, but I can't move my legs. Like I got nothing else to do. Be like push-ups, using free weights, whatever I can, just to make sure, like abs, stiff legs, sit-ups, whatever I can do to just keep going. Like that's always the goal.
Yeah, and even the science shows that even if you, for example, you cannot move the left one, and you keep training the right one,
the left one grows.
Left one grows also. So it's so crazy. And you try to reduce the amount of atrophy. Like you can use complex, like electrostimulation. You can do many rubber bands.
Yeah. How did so we talk a lot about mental health, obviously. That's obviously in my field, right? How did you feel that bodybuilding, doing the show? Because you actually competed. You did one show? What did you do? 4 shows?
Yeah, one after the other one.
Okay, how was that experience?
It was nice because it was a challenge for me. I said, that's what I was explaining, like if I got surgery in September, on the next year, September, I was on stage. Yeah. Because it was like a challenge for me, you know. On May, I say, I like this thing of bodybuilding because I went on after surgery. I started training. After 6 months, I started on fire. And I was 18, so it's a little bit easy. I said, I like this of bodybuilding. Why don't compete? So I prepared 2 months and I competed.
Did it miss anything with your mind? I had a lot of I'm asking because I have a lot of bodybuilding friends, and they say like, it fucks with you.
Well, first, I lost my period for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Full. That's how much it messed up your hormones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was doing like this with my abs still here with the skin. I mean, I was so, now I'm almost 58 kilos. I was 52. 52. And I'm 1.70 meters almost.
Yeah.
So it was
tiny.
Really
you were tiny.
Thin, zero fat. So first time, women are not ready to have this kind of, you know. And depends. There's some women that preserve their period, but depending on your axis, you know, each woman is different. Some they lose it because your body enters into a survival state, and reproduction is not a main function for your body. So your body saves the energy for survival. Yeah. And you are not. You know, your body doesn't understand you're doing a show. It's like, we don't have fat, we don't have food, we're dying. So we preserve the energy for just the vital, you know, the vitals. And many women start to train and doing diets, and they lose the period, and they think, wow, it's super nice, and it's fucked up because first one, it's harder to get muscle. Second, it's more easy. You're gonna get like bone injuries because the estrogen promotes and preserves the bone. So if you lose it, you can get injuries, fractures. So it's not,
wow.
it's not something
was that also the highway into not nutrition, but like hormonal practices? And because you understand, it's like, okay, I had 2 years without period, now I need to fix my own hormones. And then, like, how was that bridge from being bodybuilding to being way more, having a holistic approach to, I mean, it was the name of your company for a while even.
See. Yeah, like obviously, like I started in Instagram where no one was posting about, you know, bodybuilding, like back 8 years ago. No one was in Instagram like it's now. So I started posting about my journey, and I got followers. And I was like, oh, this could be, you know,
a niche. This is something,
and it could be nice. But I also share my experience, and I saw many women that started to be in fitness, started to be in this journey of like hormonal issues and mental health, like the relationship with the food, because I always been a girl who don't eat too much, that don't crave for sugar, you know, and because of the restrictions that could be for bodybuilding, but many women do it just for fitness. All these restrictions make that your brain wants what you forbid it.
Okay.
You know? So if you the more you try to control, the more uncontrolled your brain becomes. You know, so it's like
the more you want to control it, the more you gotta discipline it.
I try to work on them on that because it's really, really, really horrible, and many women have problems with the relationship with the food, but it's not anorexia or bulimia. It doesn't need to be
that extreme.
It's just that you are thinking what you're gonna eat this weekend or then in 1 month when you go with your friends, and which Tupperware and which shop you're gonna buy. It's like to mess with your brain.
Yeah, and I hear that a lot when I train, because majority of my students are in my coaching practice are women. So I hear it a lot when we talk and we do the coaching calls. They say, "Oh, in how are we gonna do in 2 weeks? I'm gonna go to this dance festival. Like, how should I think? Like, it's 2 weeks from now. Don't worry about it." And it's like you're saying, it's not necessarily, because we're very fast to give, especially nowadays, we're very fast to say like, "Oh, I didn't feel good for 2 days. I've been depressed for 2 days." But like that is not depression. You're not depressed. You're just feeling low on energy. Or, "Oh, I have anxiety," but you just feel a little bit anxious. It's not because you're anxiety, just because you're feeling anxious. And the same thing goes, I believe the same thing goes with nutrition. It's not the extreme all the time where it has to be anorexia, it has to be bulimia. It's like, no, it's a huge gray zone. It's a huge, huge gray zone. And I hear it very similar when I talk to my women, or to my students online, right?
Yeah, especially women, I think, because our hormones, of course, mess up with us. And if you don't have, like if you live super stressed, you're not eating good, you're not sleeping good, you're drinking alcohol, it's even worse. Like, if I talk, I think every man and every woman will know about all the situation before the period, like the 2 weeks previously from the period. Like if your body's messed up, you will have a lack of progesterone, which is the main hormone of this second part of the cycle. And this make you have so much more mood swings, period pain, cramps. You are so emotional, these ups and downs, you feel depressed on the extremes, even it's vomiting during the period. It's really, really fucked. And it's a situation I find also in many women, like that, this mess in the hormones because of the not sleeping, not correct nutrition, a lot of stress. And this is a thing some women, it's like, oh, it's what I need to live with. And no, like there are many things you can do to change it.
What are some of the normal symptoms that women might have throughout their cycles that they think is, or that has been normalized? That is like, this is actually not normal. You don't need to live like this.
Yeah, first, well, what we're talking about is premenstrual syndrome, which is like the mild version of all the hormonal problems you can have, because it's like the first stage. Like it's normal to feel a bit, because of the progesterone and the estrogen gets lower, you have lower testosterone this last week especially. So it's normal to feel a bit tired, like a bit more tired. You cannot train like some women can, but in general, you cannot do this, strength training like crazy. You need to reduce a bit more emotional. But it's not normal is when you have like, you feel like so much more depression, you cry all the time, so you get angry so easy, you feel so bloated, with water retention, that it's not really fat. These are things that are not normal, and especially during your period, it's not normal to take ibuprofen or whatever anti-inflammatory drugs to remove the pain. It's not normal to have like blood clots, for example, in your period, to have to get more than 5-6 tampons, to vomiting, to be able, you cannot wake up from the bed for 2 days. Like this is not normal, and it's a thing that's been so normalized.
Yeah. How do you think we should, I say we, but female dancers, how should they navigate when it comes to festivals and shows and dance classes throughout their, I think first, before, I know a lot of women, and especially a lot of men, don't know how many cycles there are, or like how many periods there are within the cycles. So like, please explain the different parts of the cycle, and how should we adapt our dancing, our training throughout those cycles? Okay. Or throughout, do you call it, is it one big cycle, or do you call it microcycles? Like, what is it?
Well, there are like monthly, it's like daily cycles, the circadian rhythms, you mean? Or the...
No, the menstrual.
The menstrual cycles. Okay. Yeah. So, well, first of all, I should say that as women, we've not been correctly diagnosed for many years, and there's an illness called endometriosis, which is not quite well known, but there are many women undiagnosed, and it takes like up to 10 years to get diagnosed.
Up to 10 years to get the diagnosis.
Many women with it. I have it in my consultation, many. And what happens is, you know, when you hear a girl, oh, it hurts, and it's like, well, it's just a period. There are women that when you have your period, okay, in the first part of the period, the first 14 days, okay, so let's say day 1 is the day you bleed, okay, and then from there you start to count, and from day 1 your estrogen comes back up till the day 14 that you ovulate.
Okay. You ovulate 14 days after menstruation.
Yeah, if it's a regular cycle, because it can be between 25, 35, but let's say it's a 25. It's a monthly cycle, and it's 28 days. So from 1 to 14, you feel more excited, you feel more energetic, because you have your estrogen, your testosterone is going up. And during the ovulation, day 12, 14, you have a peak of testosterone and estrogen, so it's when you're ovulating, and you are more, your libido is better, you are more. You wanna
smash like crazy, yeah.
And from there, it starts the premenstruals.
There are a lot of men watching this saying like, libido, like what does that even mean? It's like
the sex drive. You are
the sex
more
drive is through the roof. Yeah.
Yeah. And from there, you have these premenstrual weeks that your progesterone raise. But the problem is that the hormone of stress, it's called cortisol, okay? And it's made through progesterone. So if your body's taking all this progesterone and use it for stress, then you have a lack of progesterone, where is all the problems appear. So progesterone helps you in terms of, it's protective against cancer, for example. It helps to be less bloated. It'll help you to have a better mood. Induces GABA in your brain, which relaxes you. So it's such important hormone. So this will be the last 2 weeks.
Okay. And then how should and as a woman, how should one navigate when it comes to just dancing, taking classes, doing training, or is it very, very personalized?
No, honestly, I will say like take the first 2 weeks of the cycle is when you can, push for it. It's where you are. It's better for you to take decisions and really like take action. And I will say the previous 2 weeks is more on to think about yourself.
The later 2 weeks.
Yeah, the later 2 weeks. Sorry. To write down what you want, you start to
be more introspective.
Write down what you think. Don't take any action just because sometimes you can be too much like not emotional, but like you are more overwhelmed by your emotions. So just think about your life, what you want, what you don't. You start to think more, oh, this is not working for me, this And then the first 2 weeks of the period is like, I feel good, I take action.
Don't break up with your dance partner. The last 2 weeks of your cycle. Like, you just wait until the first 2 weeks. You see how it goes.
But I would say, in general, I think everyone should be more aware. But I think in the dancing community, people kind of abuse of the whole thing. Sometimes it's like, but how I do if I have this crazy lifestyle and I like to travel and I like to go on congresses, and it's like, well, I can go to congresses and I don't end up fucked up. Sorry for the word. Because people abuse in festivals, and when you are 18, when you are 25, it works. But then people arrive to me when they are 35, 30 years. It's like, now I feel bloated. I have digestive issues. I have hormonal issues. I have problems with sleep. I feel inflamed, I cannot lose weight. And I'm like, because like your body doesn't recover. Like you can go to Congress and you can go to bed one day at 5 if you want to close, but the rest go around 2, 3. I mean, and you can stop drink, like you can drink one day, but then the other 3 don't.
It doesn't need to be 3 days in a row, every weekend.
Yeah, why abuse? If you're gonna be like every weekend or 2 weekends, you cannot do that because your body, you mess with your circadian rhythm.
Yeah, I remember talking to Judith about this 10 years ago, and I said like it's gonna be so interesting because your generation or her generation is the first real generation that we have a community of people or a community of women going through this festival lifestyle. Every day, different country, every weekend, 1 or 2 different countries, different how do you call it, continents, not sleeping properly, drinking, partying. Like, it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens 10 years from back then, and now we're seeing it.
Yeah, because I'm seeing it because like now I'm at 28, my friends are around 30, 35.
You see?
And they're coming like, Maria, I think something like it's not right. I need to start taking care. And I'm like, like why we cannot start before? Why we need to be on our 20s messing up with our health, like drinking like crazy, not sleeping. Like you can have fun. Why you need to be till 8 a.m. every day of the Congress, every day of the week?
Pushing sugar, pushing fats, pushing alcohol.
Yeah,
we promote longevity. That's what we're about.
Yeah, like it doesn't mean you cannot drink one day.
You can still have fun.
I still can do it, but I mean, you need to know what you want, because I think some people, it's okay, thank you. I think it's just some people think that, I mean, we're not talking about professionals, that I think they should take more care than anyone.
Yeah.
But I mean, for what is dancing in your life? I mean, I'm sure you have other goals in your life, professional goals, family goals, to meet someone interesting. So if you are just living for the dance, going till 7, eating so bad, not training, your body's not ready to handle and pursue these goals you have in your life. Though.
Yeah, your dancing is holding back. It's not only holding. I have an expression where I say like your dancing is holding back your dancing. You're dancing so much to the extent that it's messing up your dancing because you don't feel that you have time to do anything. You don't have time to eat properly. You don't have time to train. So you're dancing so much that it's diminishing the progression of your dancing. But in this case, we're talking about you're dancing so much or misbehaving so much with your life on the dance floor that it's diminishing the quality of your future and the quality of your life.
For sure.
Yeah, and speaking about professionals, we've coached a lot of the same people. We coached Alemana, we coached Judith, Andrea from Kruse and Andrea, probably more people that we haven't spoken about. But all of these high level professionals, they share this thing of they are on stage, traveling. What is there one common denominator of people that you see living this traveling lifestyle that you feel that it's like, okay, not necessarily about those people, we don't want to name drop people, but is there one thing that you say, but if you just did this? So for example, when I train dancers and they say, oh, but I don't have time to go to the gym, I don't have time to train, I always say, but you have 15 minutes. No, I don't. Okay, but you have 10 minutes. Yeah, 10 minutes I have. Okay. So during these 10 minutes, instead of scrolling on your phone after you've been to classes, after you've been teaching, just do 10 minutes of mobility exercises. Just do these exercises right here, or these types of training, 10 minutes, and I promise you, it's gonna have a profound effect on your life. What is the equivalent of that when it comes to just nutrition or hormonal balances?
For me, sleep.
Sleeping? So big? Yeah.
Yeah, because like people think, oh, well, I go to bed at 7, I just sleep till 3 in the morning and it's done. And it's like, nope. Your brain cleans himself between 1-3 a.m. and your growth hormone is released between that time. So if you really want to build muscle, you want to see yourself physically good, you want to have energy in your hormones sometime, you need to be sleeping I don't say one day, but I mean most of the nights before 12, 11. And it's one of the things that most people tell me, oh, when I felt so good? During COVID time.
Because I was sleeping.
Because I was sleeping, and I felt all the changes in my body I was not achieving in terms of like physically and internally in that time before, because I was abusing like this. So I would say, honestly, I would say sleeping as much as you can. Like, I think for professional dancers sometimes can be a little bit more challenging, but then we try to, because what happens, with the jet lag, with all these people, their circadian rhythm adapts to the light outside. So when you travel so much, it gets, not good. So we can help. We just give a bit more of antioxidants. Maybe we can give high doses of melatonin just before bed, adaptogens like ashwagandha, magnesium, to regulate and try to force this circadian rhythm when they're at home. But like, we're talking about professionals, like which is your goal in dancing? Like, be good,
have fun,
have
like
fun.
Just social dancing.
Like, if you want to have fun and you want to take care of your health, don't go to sleep every day 5 a.m. dancing. I mean, it will help no one.
Interesting. Yeah, sleeping, it's so easy to neglect sleeping, right? I'm not a big sleeper in the sense of, if I go to bed, I mean, you see, we've been staying here at your place for a couple of days, and I fall asleep. Whenever I fall asleep, it doesn't really matter. I wake up, say, between 6:30 and 8. Doesn't matter how late we're up. So for me, it's hard. So it's easier for me I always feel better if I, like you're saying, if I go to bed at like 10, 11, I always feel better. But I remember living in Barcelona and how hard it was to be able to be an active dancer and to have that lifestyle, and to like, no, but I want to sleep. Like, I don't want to be up until it's Wednesday. Like, I got to go, I run my own company, I got to work tomorrow. But the social dance starts at like 11, 12.
Yeah, this is something I think it should change. For example, in Zouk community, now that I just started, they do the socials. They start around 6.
Love it.
Sometimes 12 to 3 on a Sunday. Like, why we gonna do that? Like, me, I cannot. I wake up at 7:30.
Yeah.
How I'm gonna? And the classes start at 11:30. It finish 12:30. So we start social 1 on a Wednesday, Thursday. Like, it makes no sense.
Yeah. What dance styles are you dancing right now? What dance styles are you dancing?
Like, that I can dance, it's salsa, kizomba, bachata, and zouk. But now taking classes and heels.
Heels also, yeah, that's true. You did a lot in Bali.
Heels, I love heels.
Let's
on
go.
Mondays. I do zouk on Wednesdays and bachata, lady style.
Nice. Tell me about, let's talk about this heels journey. What's the?
Oh, I love it.
Why? Why do you love it?
It's so like, I feel so empowered,
What's
when
empowering
I go to
about
this
it?
class.
What's so empowering about it? Because I hear a lot of women say this.
Yeah.
So what's so empowering about it?
Yeah, I got this question of a girl. It's like, why women should feel empowered when they go on their heels and.
Yeah.
I just feel so sexy, even if I don't put my heels on. It's, first of all, in terms like technical, like, I think if you go dance with heels, and I think whatever Latin dancer, zouk less, but like kizomba, salsa, and bachata, you wear your heels. And women don't know how to go on their heels. Like, they walk around, me included before, like, we walk like Bambi. So it's so much easy to fall, to break it. In bodybuilding also, like, it's, walking like this, me too. That's why when I was competing in bodybuilding, I put my heels and I was walking like in crazy. The house like crazy, because I was walking really bad. So I think it gives you the proper technique for not to injure yourself and fall and
so
not
first
feel
is the
bad.
Part, the physical part.
Physical part. You stretch a lot. You get your positioning. You work on your core. You work on your posture. So I think that's really cool. And second, the environment, I know.
Yeah, the
like,
vibe, like
vibe.
Women getting together, pushing each other, supporting each other,
and
doing
like
your
when
thing.
we do the performance, it's like groups by 2 or 3, and everyone's like, woo, it's so nice vibes. And I like to make our videos and to see the improvement, and I feel it, improvement, like in my posture, and to maintain the balance in weird positions. So I think.
What's the male equivalent of heels? Because hitting the gym is hitting the gym. Men hit the gym, we feel empowered. Women hit the gym, they feel empowered.
I would like the Magic Mike vibes somewhere.
The Magic Mike vibes?
Yeah. It would be cool.
Yeah.
But dance, but not, how we say this politically correctly, hard. You know
not
what I
gay.
mean?
Because that's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, if you feel,
it's what I wanted to say
if you're
without
gay, you're
saying.
gay. Do your thing. Do it. Come on. If you're gay, you're gay. Do your thing. Like this is obviously not a podcast where we are
I hear
excluding people.
Many guys say like,
but I don't want to feel. I don't like. Heels is not my thing. Obviously, like lady style is not my thing. Why? I feel feminine. I don't like it. I don't like the feeling. Yeah. But
I've seen many guys who's like, oh, if there will be a man version of it, I will go. And I'm like, why we cannot learn some kind of dancing like Magic Mike style? Like, I think you know,
Magic Mike
super
style.
sexy.
Yeah.
You train a lot. You're in London. There's a big show, and it's like it's full their shows, and it preserves the energy, like masculine energy.
Yeah. That's the thing. You gotta preserve that space.
Reggaeton, I will say.
I was about to say it. I throw a Cuban in. I think a good Cuban can create a good Cuban reggaeton dancer. He can create a Magic Mike dance for sure, a Magic Mike concept for sure.
And when they go in couples and they do this reggaeton, dances.
Yeah. Shout out to the Cubans.
Each one has his role in dancing, and it doesn't look.
Yeah. You don't want to feel feminine when you're dancing. No. That's the big thing. When you are, how long have you been dancing?
I was doing hip hop when I was like 10, 12, so for like quite some years. But like seriously, let's say 2018.
2018. Yeah.
Yeah, I started bachata.
That was your main.
Yeah.
That was the step in.
Yeah, because I listened bachata music since I'm 12 with all my Latino friends. When bachata here in Spain, at least, it was not popular. It was like, oh, are you hearing that? You know, when we hear, I don't know, some traditional Mexican music, or when we hear, I say Mexican because it's the typical, with the mariachis and stuff, people saw bachata like this style, like traditional Latin music, and now you hear in the clubs, everything changed. Yeah. So I loved it, but I didn't know it was the social. And Eric brought me to a bachata social, and I was like,
of course he did.
Of course. And I was like, I know how to dance bachata, boom, boom, and the hip up like this. And then I arrived, and I was like,
what am I witnessing? Yeah.
So I started classes because I was feeling so bad. Not so bad in terms of like, why? I have no idea. Yeah. With Pamela and with Judith, with Gloria and Trujillo. Yeah, and then I got a freak.
Yeah. That was just when Courtney and Judith moved here, no? Because I remember Judith moved, because Judith moved here like half a year. No, not even half a year, like a couple of months only before me. Crazy. Where, so all of this happened? You danced like crazy. You 2018, 2019, 2020, you dance like a crazy person, you run your company, things are good.
I dance like crazy, but not crazy. I mean, maybe in my life I've been in less than 10 congresses.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm counting with my hand. Yeah.
I would never have guessed that.
Yeah.
So you're more social dancing?
Yeah, I did my second congress. I did a Latin, and then after that I just went to Robin in 2021. Yeah. And from there I did some more, but it's not something that I
doesn't pull you
really enjoy. It's too much. It's too much for me.
Yeah.
It's too overwhelming. I love dancing, but I think 5 days dancing just the same with the same people.
Too much. Yeah.
Too much, enough. I don't enjoy it. I have pain in my lower back, in my neck. It's abuse. For me, it's abuse. I like more to go on a Wednesday a couple of hours or Sunday here in Sarao.
I think it's so nice. I think that's the beautiful thing when you dare to not be like everyone. It's like, but I don't like to go to congresses all the time. Like I like to, like you're saying, I like to go on a Wednesday, dance a couple of hours, and then go back home and then continue my life. It's just a perfect dosage of dancing for me.
Yeah, and it happened to a lot of people is that dancing, I have a lot of friends in the dancing world, and so good, and I love this community. But I think that some people in dancing, they just stick to the circle of dancing, and after they're just meeting these people, and they, it's like when you smoke, you cannot for a while go with people that smokes because it influences you,
You gotta stay
so
away.
Even if it's dancing, even if it's boxing community, it's not good, in my opinion, to be all the time with the same community. I think it's good to get to know people outside.
Even as an artist, get out of your circle, get new influences, stop dancing, do other things, do other types of movement. There's so much movement, so much floor work, so much animal patterns. And I mean, you lived in Bali, so there's got to be a gazillion movement coaches over there.
Yeah, a lot.
Because after COVID, or during COVID, you went to Bali.
Yeah.
Why Bali? I forgot. Why did you go to Bali? Because you've been there one time before, right?
2018.
Yeah, I remember. You just had a calling of going back.
Yeah. No, it was because we went through quarantine. Yeah. So then we stopped quarantine around May, and in June I got my surgery again, the second one, the strongest one.
In Spain.
Yeah. So I was 6 months till November. I could not work. So the whole 2020 it was my best year because like the online business flowed. So it was really good for me in terms of business. And I was like, I had the whole year to work in my laptop. I was 2020 working from February until November. I was in my room just working.
Yeah.
Couldn't do anything else, and doing singing classes actually because I could not train. So I was just doing singing classes.
Anything to be creative.
Yeah, anything.
If it's not painting, it's dancing, it's singing, it's making company.
Something,
You gotta do something.
My neurons get bored. So on November I got recovered. I said like, I went through a depression in 2019 because for many things, but I pushed myself too much and I was too much time alone working, too much abuse of work actually. Like it was 12 hours every day working alone, and I didn't take care of I could not rest. So my brain was like, I was doing biomedical sciences in the university. I went to live 2 hours from here alone for the first time. 22 I was years old, running my business and studying biomedicine. And it was too much. On the weekends I got chemical and physics classes, plus my clients, I abused of myself, so I crashed. And I said, I need to breathe. And I took my luggage and I went to Bali for a month, and I said, wow. This place is the place. And
Bali was more untouched back then also.
Yeah, it was empty, so it was so motivating in terms of like business. Like I was on a table with a guy from Singapore, another one from Java, the other from Canada, my friend from the UK. So it was a lot of ideas of other entrepreneurs that helped me. So it was so nice. Dancing was not that nice, but I learned as there it's not like bachata socials. You have like 3 bachatas, 3 salsa, 3 kizomba.
Okay.
So it forced myself to
dance other styles,
which I think is really good because like one dance helped to the other one, and I took privates of kizomba, privates of salsa, and I was dancing the whole.
And then you built the clinic.
The clinic it was in 2023. 2023.
Okay.
Yeah. 2023. Yeah, 2023 May, with my business partner Aina. She's the best. And I just thought in Bali they were not doing good. Like things were not okay. Like to go to the clinics, it was very far from the main city, and they didn't have, in my opinion, a good test for the needs of that. And then there was a lot of really bad practices of naturopathy that are like, I'm gonna put this crystal in this knee and it's gonna get healed, So all this kind of stuff. And test like taking your blood, putting under the microscope and just figuring out the story, like nothing science-based. So I decided to
figuring out the story.
It's like, yes, I see yes coming, walking in here. It's a movie. It's not true. It's
not the blood test. But it does see a bird outside. It means
and
that
people have no idea about the cell or what. It's in the screen. You see something's moving. Of course, your fucking cells. Sorry. And then it's like, this is a candida walking. It's like, to have a systemic candida, you're gonna be in hospital. I mean, it's really serious. It means your immune system. You're gonna die if someone treats you in the next hours. So, well, anyway. I opened this clinic and we do both. Like we do reflexology, acupuncture, traditional Chinese medicine, but we also do like general doctor, IBs. We do stool tests, intolerance tests.
Best of both worlds, combining the two, spirituality and...
and I think for expats there it was needed because everyone has fucked up stomach because,
When you come to a new bacteria, world of bacteria.
New bacteria and not good sanitary protocols, let's say. So everyone has Jurassic Park in their intestines, but...
Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. So all of this, you've been Bali, been exposed to a bunch of different trainings. I know you took Thai boxing in the past, you've done boxing, you and me been doing Thai boxing together, regular boxing, bodybuilding. Where is your training right now? Where are you right now? What training space are you in?
So I think like we trained together this morning, and I think I'm doing quite a similar training just by intuition. And I think I told you, I think it's really good and necessary, because I was super stiff. Like I was doing so much weights, like strength training, powerlifting, CrossFit, and I felt so stiff in my dancing. And the body that you developed, I mean, it's nothing bad, but I like dancer body, you know, like not to have like huge back and, you know, like this CrossFit body. I mean, I love girls who I don't like in myself, you know. This, plus I was feeling so stiff because I was not training mobility. So I think that as a dancer, you need to change and not train like everyone else, you know, the typical routine of like 4 sets, 15 reps.
Bodybuilding. Bodybuilding training.
Bodybuilding training doesn't work. I was doing back bends, and I was like, I'm not flexible.
Keep telling you guys. Keep telling you. If you keep doing bodybuilding, if you keep training like a bodybuilder, I promise you that you are going to move like a bodybuilder. That is the truth. And why I know this, because I've been through it myself. I had people go through it. I know friends who's been through it. Trust me, it is the outcome. There's no other outcome.
And injuries, like if doing CrossFit, let's be honest, like I damaged my wrist, and it took me a year to recover. And I needed to stop CrossFit because it's not high rocks. I like it more, but still I think the workouts are not well planned. Like you cannot do
for dancers, absolutely
snatch, you know, for like 20. Like it's crazy. It's too much. We cannot
dance specific training. That's it, guys. You heard it. You heard it here first. Dance specific training. Dancers should train like dancers.
Like work on your stability, your core, dumbbells. You know, not being the machine, because the machine gives you nothing in the core. Like you don't work on your stabilization.
But so right now you came to a place you're so advanced also in your training, because you've been taking so many classes and training for a while that you can trust your intuition. But when it comes to what do you suggest? How should a dancer train? Like how do you think that?
First, I will set up like goal in terms of like, for example, what you want to, in which point you are. Like you really need to lose fat or you need to build muscle, for example, because you need to choose. Like, of course, if you're going to lose fat, you're going to build muscle at the same time, but like you need to see in which physical point you are, so you adapt the training. So if you want to lose fat, you need to put more high interval training, do
specific,
multi-articular exercises, go on weights hard, but put more intention on like high interval training, like give your body a shake, you know.
So specific for you, high intensity intervals, shock your body. Sounds like that specific training to me.
And in both sides, for me, you need to really work on your strength. Like if you want to build muscle, like physically, you want to see yourself, you know, let's say better, but like as you like, I don't know, let's put examples like Noelia, Sara Panero, like Judith, all this, Andrea, like this, all of this when they go to gym to do strength training and hit, because you want these curves, you know, this nice body. So for me, if you want to build this muscle, you want to have a body, similar body, or, you know, not the same, but like, you know, this style, like say not huge arms, not huge back, you know, you want to have your booty, you want to have your nice legs. I would say don't train like a bodybuilding and put more effort, especially in your legs. Like maybe you can do high interval training, or you do like this kind of, you know, but also add some exercises. You work on your maximum strength at least, but not 6 days, like 2. Let's say me, I'm working on my strength, like push like a lot of kilos, like maybe I'm doing squat 85 kilo, I'm doing deadlift 100 kilo, and I'm not huge, you know, because I don't do it 7 times of the week, at least 2, and focus on your legs. Like if you're gonna build your routine, don't put breath and chest and do a whole day of only upper body. Makes no sense. Like me, I'm training more of full body and putting more effort on my legs because I want to build this body.
That's it.
I don't want to have.
Yeah. And you went through a weight loss journey quite recently, no? How you lost 20 kilos?
Yeah, I was almost 78.
78? I can't see you being 78 kilos.
No, because it's not that you could not notice, but I always had my abs, like the line, and I was not in my arms, but in my face. You could see everything on my legs.
What? So like 20 kilos in the face? Like where?
Yeah, I can see the one
I saw the video.
I saw the video on Insta. Big, 78 kilos, honestly, I think I lost some muscle in the time. Obviously, when you lose weight, you lose muscle.
Of course.
But I was not feeling good, and I think it happened because of many reasons. But first COVID, plus my surgery, plus going to Bali, that you walk nowhere, you go by bike.
Everything's biking.
And I was doing just strength training, just like regular strength class, no high interval training. So with all of this, I got so many kilos, and then I tried to diet again, counting calories, and it just got worse because the more control, the more, you know. And I say, fuck it, I'm gonna just eat like when I was 15, but I eat just when I'm hungry and what I want. No rules, you know, because I feel good with gluten and dairy. Also, I have no health problem with food. And I started CrossFit and high interval training and moving more, you know, and dancing more. And there is when I especially the relationship with my food, you know, like sometimes it's 4 p.m. and I forgot to eat, which is not good, obviously. I would not encourage that, but I remove so much importance to nutrition when you got that obsessed, you know. I try to remove all the rules, and then my body don't crave for shit food.
Interesting. It's I have a lot of students that when they come to us and they not only focusing on training but now the nutrition, they are so focused on eating right that they undereat, so they're starving the body. So a lot of people come to us, they're like, I want to lose weight. I'm like, okay, start eating more. They're like, what do you mean? It's like, you have to start eating more. And the way I've explained to them is I see it as a hug. So if I'm going to see you today, so like today I left and we're going to come back now, I will give you a quick hug and I leave and then we come back. But tomorrow I'm leaving. Tomorrow I go back to Cape Verde, or first we go to Andorra and then we go to Cape Verde. So I might not see you for another 6 months to a year. So then you're going to hug me more, you're going to hold on to me better. And it's kind of the same thing with food because the body is such a unique mechanism. And you know this more than anyone. But if you give your body very scarce resources, like you're saying, it's going to hold on to everything. It's going to be like, nope, we are dying over here. We hold on to all the fat. We hold on to everything.
Thyroid reduced.
Your thyroids are reducing. Your hormones go all messed up. It's like, nope, we're in survival mode. It goes into starvation. But if you give your body enough nutrition, in the proper amount, and on a continuously, not a schedule, but like on a continuous clock, so to say, they're like, oh, but we're good. Like I can get rid of this. I can get rid of this negative, all of these things that I don't need. I can just preserve it and give my muscles, keep my muscles, get rid of this, fuel my muscles so you can have more energy for training.
Yeah, because I think it's one of the things people don't know. Like the more muscle you have, the more calories your muscle burns for to keep their functioning. So I go in the gym every morning and I saw these girls just like half hour in the treadmill and I'm like, you're losing your time completely. Like if you just have 20 minutes, do 10 minutes of high interval training, 10 minutes of maximum strength, and you will see your body. Like now I'm training, it's the season I'm training the less, and the season I see myself the best. Because like in 20 minutes, 40 minutes, let's say, I go all in, you know, and I plan good. I think some people just go to the gym randomly, and because I have been training for 10 years, so you know, your muscle is already there. But if you want to really feel a change, you need to have a program. It's like if you go, oh, now I'm gonna do this, your muscle have no progression, you know, like you need to increase the weights every week, otherwise your muscle would say like, or the intensity, I would say, for what we need to grow, you know, there's no stimulate to it.
I always say intensity over duration. Like if you go and do it for real. That's specific training. We keep it short, we keep it effective. Go in, do your thing, blast the gym, go do something else. But I'd rather have you doing 15 minutes, 4 days a week, or 15 minutes, 5 days a week, or you give me 2 days and you go an hour and a half. I'd much rather have you do 15 minutes frequently than just one big bowl. Same thing. And I feel, what do you think when it comes to nutrition? Is it the same thing? Would you say it's the same thing with nutrition?
I think like
or
nutrition is quite very personalized in the sense of like, for example, I can have a woman with the same health problem, but maybe I can tell you like, hey, from tomorrow you stop using the scale, you're not going to weigh anything, and you're gonna, you know, eat when you're hungry. Yeah. Because like you've been so strict with yourself. And maybe another woman, I will say, hey, you know, I think for you it would be good to like schedule 3 meals, which with dancer, I think this is more the problem I got, at least with professionals, that at least have an order. Like your life is already messy. Yeah, let's put some structure to your things. Let's put a structure.
So what do you think? What's one tip for us dancers? How do we deal with nutrition? If you can only give us one thing.
So I would say to have some structure, to to plan your week, to plan your month, to plan your day, and say, okay, so I can do, how many meals can I do good, you know?
Yeah.
If you're hungry in the morning, okay, I'm gonna do breakfast, lunch, dinner, fine. I'm not hungry, I don't have time, like me, for example, okay, so we just do 2 meals, like lunch and dinner, and we're gonna stick to that and put all the attention, you know? So the rule of 5 meals a day, forget. You really don't need it, you can put everything in 2 meals, except you're bodybuilding, or I don't know, for example,
it's different.
You
it's
know,
different. Yeah, the goals are different.
You need
so then
to
the
put
rules
4,000 calories, which it's hard to do in 2 times. I would say that.
Yeah.
As a first.
Yeah, I feel it's very similar when it comes to training. Have some type of structure, frequency over duration. Don't overthink it. So not 2 big meals. Do what you can, but make sure that they really count. Make sure that those 2 really counts. And on how should I think when I go to congresses? I know a lot of people are panicking when they go to congresses as dancers. How should dancers think when it comes to nutrition on the congresses?
So first, it will depend if you have some food intolerances, because there's people sensitive to gluten, sensitive to lactose, sensitive to veggies. So this, of course, you adapt. Of course, like you can eat healthy like 80% of the time. There's a 20% you can just, you know. I don't eat healthy all the time. Like maybe I get a pizza on a Tuesday, and it's fine because I have my whole routine. You know, it's not every day. So I would say if it's a congress once every, you know, like every 2 months, then go 7, eat churros, chocolate,
go and enjoy,
and have fun.
Don't overthink it. Yeah,
it's fine. But just I would recommend don't eat something before 2 hours, because you're gonna do cambre, you're gonna do a lot of spins.
You mean 2 hours before going to the dance floor?
Yeah, so before you know you have dinner, better wait, like have it at, I don't know, 10 and go dance 12 for like 8, you know. Better, honestly, like your gut system have a circadian rhythm also. Yeah.
But is that circadian rhythm connected to our circadian rhythm?
Yeah.
Yeah, the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So for example, around 9, the gut starts to move more slow. That's why we digest more slow, and it's better to have light dinners. And your insulin that your pancreas generates every time you eat something, especially carbs, it's lower. So for diabetics, people with insulin resistance, you know, it's better to regulate better the carbs at night. So it's better to dinner early. Of course, you're gonna dance at night, so when you come back, you can eat something light, you know, like yogurt or something like processed, like juice or whatever, protein shake, whatever. But I would say try to eat a little bit, like 2 hours at minimum before going to dance, and something light and that it's not smelly, you know. You don't get like a full salad of onion and garlic, because you're gonna kill the person you have just in front of you. Let's say, I would say that.
That's awesome. And tell us briefly, what's the future? How does the future look? You just released your book. Longevity, the pyramid of longevity, correct?
Yeah.
Awesome. Where is the future looking? Okay, and we can't find that in English right now. Spanish and Catalan.
Not yet.
Okay, I'll take it in Spanish. I need to practice my Spanish. Where future? What are we doing? What are you doing? What are we up to?
So the book I divided. It's about longevity, obviously, but I talk about many things, because like I thought about, okay, so what's the main thing about longevity? It's not just to live more years, you know, because you know we can just put you. Let's be really hard. We can put you in coma, connect to a machine, and live for 90 years. But this is not life. So how we live years with life quality? Because with medicine we increased the lifespan, but not of course the quality, but we abuse of medication. So how we go there without that? And I divided the book in like 5 pillars. Like mental health, for me, it's the top one, like the base. Then for sure exercise and nutrition, it will be in the same, more or less. For me, it's 50-50. And then I talk about circadian rhythms and nature, because I think we are so disconnected.
Yeah.
You know, we're about the light, we're all the day closed, we don't talk to people. Like sometimes I speak with my boyfriend, and he's like, he's a doctor and works with longevity. And he's like, yeah, I just told this woman, just like talk to people, like have a walk, laugh, go to have dinner with someone, you know, like be a human, move, something.
Do your thing,
Do your thing, you're an animal. I think we forgot, like, you know, humans and the rest of animals. Like if you see a tiger, like, okay, he hunted maybe 1 to 10, I don't know how many times, I'm not a biologist, but like they are not fighting, you know, they are not fighting all the time and catching, like it's just one time, but as a human, we are like this all day. So everything gets fucked up, you know? So sometimes I like to see the animals say, sometimes you can just
exist,
you know? and you don't
The
need
art
to
of the art of existing.
super producing.
I call it in Creole. I always say, "De face domingue." It means like I'm doing Sunday. Like, what are we doing today? I'm doing Sunday.
Love it.
I'm doing Sunday. What does that mean, bro? I'm gonna exist. I'm listening to music. Like, there's few things I like more than just existing and listening to music. Like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I'm not on my phone. I'm not checking Insta. No, what are you doing? Existing.
Yeah.
It's just existing together. So what are you doing Sunday? Fix someone's hair.
So that was the main, let's say, the main message of the book. Yeah, and of course, one of the pillars is digestive issues.
Yeah.
That's also the main goal, because I think many people
underestimate.
Yeah,
they say that the gut is a second brain. So
yeah, like we were talking before, like many people with gas, with constipation, diarrhea, pain, reflux, and it interferes in your training, because if you don't absorb what you eat, you're not going to build any muscle.
Yeah.
Or if you are inflamed, probably it will affect your thyroid, it will inflame your whole body, so it will be harder to lose weight. So, and it fucks up your brain also, because it causes neuroinflammation. So if you have digestive issues, and many dancers with this, all of the dancers I coach, all with digestive issues. Obviously, like the alcohol, the traveling, the stress, the diet,
messed up sleeping rhythm.
Yeah, and like I think you asked me for advice when you go to a congress or whatever.
Yeah. Give us some advice.
Yeah, because when you go to these congresses, okay, it's not super quality food, but you have a buffet. Yeah. So there is no excuses, and you can say, hey, I'm gluten intolerant. It's mandatory, they adapt to you.
Of course.
So you can, for example, bring your rice cakes, you can bring your own protein. Like when you come back to the you don't need to, for example, some people wait till 7, they open the buffet. Hey, you can just, you can go sleep 5. You can lose your breakfast, like nothing happened for 30 days.
Don't worry about it.
It's not like we are homeless. Or you can have your shake, and there are some portable shakes that you can make your own, and with your juice, whatever, in the little fridge. So there are all options, of course. If it's a couple of days, go have fun, no problem. We don't need to be that strict, But if it's something constant, and you have many options. So honestly, I would say try to get first for your protein, your source of protein, like chicken, eggs, tofu, whatever source, like legumes, whatever. Then go for your carbs and adapt to your energy expenditure. Like you're gonna be all day sitting down. Okay, maybe it's not necessary 1.5 plates of pasta, better like half, and then you can complement with veggies and with fats like avocado, nuts, olive oil, and you try to always have these 3 macros in your plate and prioritize protein.
That's what I say to my students. I love it.
And I think we discussed a lot about grams and calculating macros. Yeah, that time you think I'm like a little bit against, and you are kind of a pro.
Yeah, but, in a sense, yeah.
But honestly, I think it's good at the beginning, because we know what is in the plate. Like me, I see a plate and I know the calories, I know the grams approximately.
Yeah.
But no, like people who never done, no.
And that's the thing.
So it's nice for the first weeks and months. But don't say this is forever. This is just for you to learn, and after try to look on your view.
Learn. You have to learn. You come to us because people come to me because they want to improve. Either put on fat, put on muscles, or drop fat, or both. And then of course performance. But aesthetically, it's those 2. But I eat good. How do you know? No, but I don't eat unhealthy. How do you know? Like, how do you know? You have no idea. You don't know about nutrition, do you? Like, do you even know what a macro is? Do you know what macros are? Do you know about micros? No? Anton, like, what are we talking about? You're guessing,
it's super healthy and 0 carb in a day. They lose their period. They are so skinny, no muscle.
Like, I say it, like, track in the beginning so you understand it, and then as fast as possible, we're going to move away from it. But we got to put some foundation. We don't even know where we are. Like, how do we know where to go if we don't know where we are? We got a track, so we know how to navigate, and then move. And then if you get super stressed about it, that's something else we got to work on. It's not the scale we got to work on. We got to work on something else. So let's address that, because we do a lot about mindset also. So, awesome. Listen, in this podcast, we have a segment. So T-zer, my co-host that you met, she was in, who was living in Amsterdam. Yeah, we were in Amsterdam. She has created the world's first card game for dancers. It's called Move That Soul. Move That Soul, it comes in a beautiful box and is 70 ask cards, and it's 70 different move cards.
Okay.
So the ask cards are cards that we're gonna pull. I have some questions written down from Move That Soul. And you take a card, and in that card it says different questions. And it's all about getting to know your dance partner, your life partner, yourself, or just your crew members. Because a lot of times we know a lot of people inside of the dance community, but we don't really know them. So it's about creating conversation. You can do it with your students also. And then after you take the ask card, you take the move card. And once you take the move card, it says, thing says, you are water, move from your heart space. The doors are closing, or whatever it is, whatever card it says. And then if I pull the card for you, then I decide a song.
Okay.
Yes, it's a super, super nice game. But, so I have a question here from one of the ask cards that I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
And it says as follows. So this is a tradition we do to all of our guests.
Okay.
And it says, how has dance shaped your identity and personal growth on and off the dance floor? So how has dance shaped your identity and personal growth, both on and off the dance floor?
Oh, this is so good because it's the main thing. I think dance helped me to connect more with my feminine energy, 100%. Because as a businesswoman, let's say it like this, entrepreneur, that I always lead my business. You know, I'm all the time in my masculine energy go.
I mean, let's say it like this. I mean, I have my own clinic. I have like 30 employees. Like, let's go businesswoman. Let's say it like this. No, like, have we done this for 8 years, almost a decade?
Yeah, just, you know, I don't like to say, you know, like, I'm a person who loves work, and she found the work of their dream. They enjoy, and I just have fun. You know, I try to release them. I think none of us are no one, let's say, you know, so, but yeah, I'm proud of what I've done, and yeah, I can say businesswoman, let's say, that I'm connected. I was very connected to my masculine, like CrossFit, fighting, like, and I was not, and in dancing I found, okay, I can, you know, sometimes relax, be a princess, you know, have this, and let myself lead by someone and trust, and like, I introduce myself to this feminine movements that I didn't have in myself, you know, I saw myself walking and I was kind of like this. And it affects also my relationship because I try to be the man in the relationship, you know, try to lead all the time. I could not let myself go. And now that I got this princess treatment recently, and it reminds me a little bit of Bachata, just like, I know I can do that. I know I can lead too, but I don't want to all the time, you know? So
tell me what to eat. What am I eating?
Yeah, I'm just in this not bossy because I'm not bossy, but this boss mode all the time. And in my relationship and in dancing, I like to be lead, you know, and like. You
like to follow.
Yeah, I like to follow and to trust and to let myself go. And it also gives me a lot of mobility and like more, I don't know, I feel more light in myself, you know, not that stiff strength training. So definitely. And the community. There are such nice people that bring me, like you, for example. Yeah. So, yeah, I love the community also.
That's beautiful. Give a round of applause. God damn it. Where can we find you? Give us plug your social media.
You can find me on Instagram mainly. It's m.punti. You have also the newsletter attached to it. It's like 13,000 subscribers. Yeah. Every week we send an email, and the website mpunti.es, and yeah, mainly there for now.
And even if you are English speaking, there are great tools for translating. So sign up to the newsletter and just press one button and translate it, and you're gonna get tons of value from it.
Thank you so much.
Always.
Pleasure. Smash your tape.